Good morning. Happy Easter. When did you get VIP last week? Now, I can't hear any of my music or anything. What is happening? Oh, my personal volume is just too low. How has everybody's Easter been? We're all going deaf. Maybe my volume levels are too low. Turn up the music just a smidge. Ocean waves, just another smidge. Question: should I turn on my light? I don't think it does anything today. There's so much sun today. I didn't see that, and I'm so bored. Thankfully, you're streaming. Thank you. I had to process that for a little bit. Because I was like, you're a plank of wood? English and its homonyms. I need to get myself a French press eventually, but I have to find one that I like. All of the modern French presses, they all look really ugly. And I'm like, if I'm gonna buy a thing, it has to look good. Industrial designers these days are garbage. Then I would be fine. What do you even plank, bro? By the way, we're working on Necromancer's commission today because, you know, I'm sure he would like to have his picture eventually. But, everything's going pretty well. It's just the jewelry left. Probably some fine details here and there, and we're just doing clouds. So all of these painting studies that I've been doing have all been for this picture. Never rush art, but like, I would like my clients to get their stuff, you know, within 6 months, you know? Good morning, Puma. Sleepy Puma. And Neff is giving us a posture check, a stretch, and a hydrate. I can't hydrate until my coffee's finished running through, and it's taking bajillion years. And that's specifically because I made coffee much earlier this morning before I went to sleep. Because if you have ADHD, coffee actually makes you sleepy. I just like the taste of coffee. But we can do our little posture check. Stretch for the yawn! Starting stream with an ad, that was so weird. Yeah. And last week I gave the most regular people VIP. I can only have so many VIPs, but I gave the most regular people VIP. Necromancer, thank you.
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome Silver 1754 to the island.
I'm telling you, that inn is just constantly booked. Thank you, Necromancer. Saving people from ad jail all the time. Our regular neighborhood Robin Hood. I wish I got a better ratio, but you know, I'd have to be a much bigger streamer for that. But thank you. If I could turn off ads, I absolutely would. I started setting up the file for the for the merman thing, but I haven't been able to figure out exactly what kind of like pose and everything that I want to do. Doing art for myself has become really hard. Yeah, I mean the only reason Twitch even runs is because of ads, but yeah, I don't think companies like Amazon should own Twitch. Like, I like the idea that if you have a Prime subscription, you get a free sub. Honestly, with the price of Amazon Prime, you should get like 5 free subs, but yeah. Oligopolies aren't good. Oh, our coffee is slowly running through. If Neff ever types anything, you will find that that he also has a VIP badge. He's been very quiet lately. Neff, you're gonna have to pick up this week because Necromancer's gonna be gone to his LARP. Sorry, I'm still waiting for my coffee to run through. Hold on, I gotta go let Mathis out, and Tesla's once again eating only half of his food, but he is a half-size cat. Okay, Tesla, are you done? This cat, guys, he won't eat unless I'm petting him. I also have to take off my tunic because it's too hot. Okay, Tesla, you have your chance. I'll give you more later. Your brothers will be jealous, but it won't. Okay, and once our coffee runs through, still waiting for, praise our corporate overlords. Oh, yes. There was this, like, I think it was like a Netflix short film kind of thing that I watched once where it was like the world was having, like, constant wars. And, like, there was no food or anything, and it was corporations that owned literally everything. There were no countries anymore. It was just, like, which corporation owned you. And some guy had created, like, this perpetual energy device or something. I think it was called ARC. It was very dystopian, and I'm like, yeah, this is probably accurate. And it ended up, like, some people went to assassinate him, and they ended up in, like, this time loop, and, like, they slowly started to realize they were in this time loop. Because the machine broke. It was interesting. Coffee, are you done yet? No, still not done yet. I guess we'll paint in the meantime. There's a lot of, like, with this picture, there's a lot of, we don't really know what's happening. I've got various versions saved now. I've got examples down here in the bottom. I don't really have to go much lower than like here, basically, because you you'll never see it because Kylie's in the way. It's Kylie, right? Jesus. Carly. I was close. I was gonna say Kylie is not right. That's why it was bothering me. But yes, it's hard to tell what's getting done in this painting because it's a lot of little tiny fiddly work. Also, I am hungry. Probably because I ate really badly yesterday because it was our Easter. Most of you here have seen the photos of Borkfast. I might have to heat up some leftovers. Hungies, yes. Ich habe Hunger. What was that?
Imazarts' boat just docked.
Oh! Holy hell, we got a raid! That's our first raid. Hello. Thank you for the raid, Imazarts. Hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the island. Thanks for visiting. Whoa. Well, I guess I've actually got to do work today, guys. Yeah, hi. Hi. Suddenly I'm nervous. Yeah, it's my first raid. Thank you. I don't believe I've ever been raided before. Is everything okay? Just a little bit of a heart attack. There was a new noise. I don't remember what all my notification sounds are. Especially the ones I've never heard. I am an inherently a nervous being. But welcome. If you get ads, let me know. I will hold off if I'm saying anything really particularly important, because I want everybody to have the same experience on my stream or as similar as possible. But welcome. Hi. I'm working on a client commission. This is the rest of the painting. Raiden, yeah, no, that's fine, dude. I get it. But thank you so much for coming by. I believe I do not have like automatic shoutouts set up, but for the like 5 or 6 people that were here before, go check this person out. Let's go check them out. I apologize for my blinds like going nuts in the background. The wind's actually coming out of a direction that allows for them to move. I can't take you on a field trip, but everybody can go check them out. We're doing art, I'm assuming. If you have a link, you may share that in the chat. Another VTuber, yeah! VTubers are awesome. We're gonna step away for just a second though, and I'm gonna put something in my toaster oven because I am so hungry. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I am like starving to death here for some reason. Oh no, that's fine, that's fine. If you gotta lurk, you gotta lurk. I'm happy that people are here. If you want, you can tell me about your streamer that you just came from. Or, you know, if you also stream. I like boosting other people. I'm just chill painting clouds here. We've done other practice works in the past. We have our screaming finch here who's choking on a berry. We're working on also our overlay. This is my LARP character, who is also my VTuber. And, yeah, I do commission sometimes. Sometimes get my commission work done, right, Necromancer? Eventually. Takes 1,000 years. Not used to this. One of these days I'll have the whole, like, professional thing down when people come in. We're getting there, yeah. I feel like I've made this too dark. Just grab a color from down here. It's too gray, I think. But it's one of those areas that I need to actually fill out. And this picture, I'm just working all over the place. Wherever my eyeballs take me, that's where I go. I can't do that. Get me in too much trouble here. Oh, you. You would do well in tomorrow's society. Get along with all us QB. I want the sunlight to be like coming through here. Because the sun is setting like down off here somewhere. Or rising. We don't know whether it's a sunrise or sunset. I still don't know. Could be one of those beautiful dawns after a stormy night. Got a little bit of rain going on up here in the corner. Oh, that one song that cuts off all the time, man. Enough to drive you mad. It was a train. I don't know if you guys can hear that one. I mean, I'm only 5 or 6 blocks from the train station-ish. And those tracks use both passenger trains and the commuter trains, so you know. But the fact that you can hear it means it's quite humid today. Fun. My favorite weather. Ugh. It's a dry heat, man. The next movie I'm gonna watch while walking is gonna be Aliens. Good old Bill Paxton. RIP. Forgot about the thing in the toaster oven. Also, I think I can finally redeem Neff's Hydrate. Me about to board the ship of ads. Get stressed back with a last sue. Looking confused up at Necromancer. What? You're going nowhere! Yeah, Necromancer does that. Now if I can find the Redeemer Hydrate. My coffee is cold. Curses. But also, if you have medicine that you are required to take and it's time to take said medicine, make sure you take them. Because it's magic maraca time. I'm also going to be munching on some leftover pizza here. You took yours already? It's good. Head of the game. I feel like I'm making this picture worse. I just find this cloud here is too dark. So you know what I'm gonna do? Grab my airbrush. I should be able to just do this. Whoa, that's too much. Okay, we can adjust that. That's a bit better. That cloud was just overall way too dark. I've done this interesting thing here along the border. That, like, light diffusion. It was just too dark. I like that light diffusion. I'll save that idea for later. It's not quite where we want that, but it is a technique for putting the border between shadows and highlights. Oh yeah, you got nasty tasting meds, huh? Why would what be? I have missed something. That I mean, I just feel like that. My brain's allowed to be stupid. That's why. My brain is just being a dum-dum and telling me that I'm doing things wrong, even though I'm not. There's really nothing incorrect. There's no such thing as incorrect when it's your painting. They're only happy accidents. You just have to push through the feelings. There's some parts of the painting where I'm at the point of like I have to use the finer brush, but then my brain goes, no, this isn't right because the rest of it's not really fine around it, and then like I need the more extreme highlights, and I'm just not confident enough sometimes. This is why I need to do more cloud studies. Oh my god, blinds. Please! Just stop. We're professionals here. Can we agree on that? No? Okay. And then, of course, my plate's in the way, so I keep shifting it around whenever I need to get to a certain part of the picture. Yes, I know this is behind her head, and I don't need to put this much effort into this spot, but I will know. I don't like that yellow in there. It's the wrong yellow. At least we are fortunate enough to have an undo button. I think one of the things that's bothering me about the edges of this cloud in particular is I haven't done like that wispy fluff, I guess. And it's still too dark. Right, let's try this. Nope. The lighting is not the blend mode we want. Ooh. So many of my songs just cut off. Man! This is my allergy meds that taste disgusting. 180 milligrams. They also make me sleepy. The others I take it for high blood pressure. And this not help the anxiety and depression. Damn! Fantasy, you're falling apart. So am I. I'm trying to mimic some of these areas that are like in this example picture that I got down here. And I'm just making it muddy. I think one of the things is I need to up the saturation, and I'm just not being confident about it. Let's bring some blue in here. Falling apart too, we could all fall apart together. Yes, we can, and be a little lump fishes. And someone needs to clip that. There is the clip button. I encourage people to use the clip button, especially when I say something incredibly stupid. Alright. Let's go back to our regular brush here. We'll figure this out eventually. I'm not giving up until this is done. Then I can give up, because it'll be done. Makes perfect sense. River. Meow. River. He's off in my bathroom, meowing. Doing as cats do. Might send you an art question later. Still struggling to find the shadow in the right fur direction on something. I can try to help you. Fur is not my strong suit, I think, but I can try. It's not my strong suit or my fur suit. I'm not a furry. throw down some highlights in here. This yellow is completely wrong for this area, so we're just gonna throw down really strong highlights. Fuss around with it till it works. I kind of like this lighter peach color, so I'm gonna bring that over here, and we're gonna up our brightness a bit more. I want the sun's rays to be hitting these ridges here. And then it's going to be darker back here, I think. It's ruined! No, it's not. It's fine. I think I need to pull more of this pale yellow in here too. Just have to be more confident about my contrast, guys. Ooh. Helps if I paint with the right color, too. Hey, look, there's the bot! Oh, yeah! What even was that boy voice? Man! I got too excited there. Ah! Our daily bot. I don't even know what happened to my voice there. Yeah, for some reason the coffee's just gross today. I might go make myself a different drink in a bit. Okay, that's starting to look better. I think I just had completely the wrong color for this cloud. And it was just driving me insane. Also, my fluffy lumps of clouds, they weren't big enough. Because they're really small back here, but those are really far away and these are much closer. So my little cauliflowers, they weren't small enough, or they weren't big enough, rather. Language. What even are words? Can't believe we had a raid, guys. I'm still flustered about that. Wow. I didn't think that would happen. Considering what time I stream in the morning. But then again, I guess. Words. It's, you know, evening for other people, so. Time zones, yeah, yep. I'll definitely have to check out our raider later after stream. See what they're about. I've got their tab open for later. Anyone who checked them out, did you see anything good? Yeah, 3:54 p.m. for you. So there's always gonna be somebody somewhere that's gonna have the opportunity to raid. It's just a matter of getting seen, right? And there's so many people on Twitch at any given time. Like, oh my god. What is it? I haven't checked what my avatar's been doing today. Nom. Okay, I'm starting to feel a lot better about this cloud bank now. It was just too dark. I think that was the whole problem. It was too dark and it was getting muddy because I'd been playing around with it too much. They don't seem to have VOD save, so when I clicked over, I saw right away before the end of the stream. Oh, they don't have VODs? Huh. Yeah, if you want to clip, you have to click the clip button, and then it gives you a timeline of the last few minutes that you can, that little bar, you can extend it or shorten it to select a range that you want to clip, and you just keep playing it back until you get exactly what you want. It's always confusing the first time. One of the things I have to remember about painting is, one, these clouds aren't the focus, so they don't need to be too detailed, and two, the human brain fills in a lot. Which is why it's really good to take a step back when you're doing like a long-term painting. Necromancer. That muddy color I don't want. Traffic noise. Compared to where we started, though, I think this is much better. Does it get saved to your Twitch? Yeah. Yeah, so, what'll happen is, if you go to your Twitch page, you can look at, your clips, and there'll be clips that are made of you, or clips that you have made from other people's channels. In which case you don't stream, so there will only be clips that you have made. And I believe those stay on Twitch pretty much forever. So, like, even if my VOD disappears, there will still be the clip that you made. Speaking of which, I need to do some maintenance on my VODs later today, because some of them are going to expire. Hopefully I haven't missed any. I just automatically shunt all of my VODs onto my YouTube channel. So if you ever miss one, you know it will eventually make it over to my YouTube channel. And of course, Necromancer saves everything that happens everywhere on the internet all at once. Because Necromancer is apparently a data hoarder. Good job. I did recently learn about that one woman who recorded everything that was on television for like 30 years straight. She had like 8 VHS tapes recording at any given time. And the reason she was doing that is because she was worried that there was so much happening in the world, and there was so much media being overwritten by the stations at the time that people would try to change history because there would be no archive of it. And since she was an archivist and a librarian, she was like, this is important. And she wasn't wrong. Look at how much they're trying to change the truth now. I mean, there's Holocaust deniers, for Christ's sake. God, these people are dumb. archivists come in many forms. Yep. These clouds look so much better now. You just gotta keep playing with it till it works. I didn't mean for that to sound like that, but it's pretty great that it did. I was just thinking in my, like, half dozy state this morning that I really miss Good. I was like, man, it would be so nice if he came back, because I miss his laughter. But all good things must come to an end. Could fill up my space with his constant subathons. Yeah. If I had the ability to, and I had a piece of land, I would be, like, subathoning. Kind of what he was doing. Or even just live streaming it. Probably not subathon, but I would just be live streaming it. I probably wouldn't be using things like chainsaws and whatnot. I really want to do stuff with, like, traditional hand tools. For some reason, I like doing things the hard way. This is why my character doesn't have boobs. Had to bring up a second cold archive server to offload his stuff. Wow. Knowing how much space you have, or how much data you have, Necromancers, that's, yeah. Found a bunch of old Norwegian fantasy books and I don't want to get rid of them. Then don't. I'm looking at this cup of coffee and I'm just like, eh. If I put it in my window to cool off more, it'll be iced coffee. Well, nearly iced coffee. It's not that cold anymore. Very true, Puma. It's very true. Doing something the hard way helps you to appreciate the easy way. Plus, like, when it comes to construction stuff, there's nothing quite like hand-hewn beams. Like, people try to, I've seen a lot of those, like, reno shows and stuff, people try to mimic that hand-hewn look with, like a chainsaw or something, and it just doesn't work, man. It's the wrong vibe. That muddy color again. Gotta get rid of that. No mud in these clouds. Try something a little bit different here. Slightly different technique. I have something like 80-90 terabytes worth of space, only about 20 of it is hot / active. Yeah. Necromancer's a crazy man, I keep telling you. It's a good kind of crazy, though. I mean, there's all those people who bring up, like, old news archives nowadays to, like, counter all of the lies that are happening on the news. And it's like, I'm so glad that there's people out there who kept this stuff. We're starting to get back into mud territory again. Gotta be careful. I really like this spot, like, right up in here, where we've got all those, like, little multitude of colors. I think I need to bring more of that down this way. Get that purple in some of the darker areas. Going to do a little bit of chat for a while because my brain needs to reset about the clouds there. Enough is redeemed. Hydrate. Posture check on the streets. Oh god. Oh, what is happening? Oh, I'm tracking. Oh. Don't say anything you'll regret. Necromancer single-handedly contributing to global warming. See, this is why you need to live up north. You need to live in a cold climate. Just move to Norway, become Fantasy's neighbor. My ponytail came loose. Don't mind me, I'm just fixing my hair. Thanks for all of the redeems, Neff. Power's too expensive. I wonder if you can use, like, the data centers to, like, power a heat pump of some sort to produce electricity. Necromancer, we just had those. Fine, I'll stretch other parts of my body. Trying to do the same stretch on my bad arm as I did on my good arm. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. I'm gonna drink some of this nasty coffee. There's your 2 hydrates. I just sprayed coffee all over myself by swirling it in my glass. And by glass, I mean my mug. Ah, it's on my glasses. Ugh. Where's my lens cleaner? Where's my lens cloth? Oh, there it is. What kind of coffee do I like? Not sure quite how to answer that. Because I don't like my coffee very strong, but I tend to prefer like a French roast. I don't put any sugar in my coffee at all. Unless it's whatever chocolate's in the... or whatever sugar's in the chocolate that I use when I make a coffee mocha. If I use like a pre-mixed hot chocolate. Ah, that's better. Do I have a... No, I don't. Those things are still foreign to me. I'm still learning about coffee. But I do know I prefer hand ground coffee to machine ground coffee, because the machine ground coffee takes me too long to get to. And then it just sort of like goes stale. I tend to prefer a dark roast to light roasts. But I'm the same way with like desserts too. I prefer the more bitter flavors to the sweeter ones. My favorite coffee for the longest time was chocolate raspberry, and they only sold it through Loblaws company, and then one day it disappeared and I've never seen it again. Yeah, no, in, like, beer, coffee, and, even, like, desserts, so, like, I prefer tiramisu, rum balls, creme brulee. The more burnt the sugar, the better. If I roast my marshmallows, I actually literally just light them on fire. because I like those really like strong, like bitter tannin kind of flavors. I'm still eating my breakfast pizza. But yeah, when it comes to beer, it's like it needs to be the color of black holes. My beer needs to be dark enough to put the depths of night and the void to shame. Yeah, now looking at like the thumbnail version on my OBS, those clouds are much better than where I started with. They were way, 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 way too dark. The guy I work with is starting up a roasting company. Sounds like you might enjoy his mandala roasts. Oh, that sounds interesting. I got myself a hand grinder at the thrift store. The previous owner had tried to clean it with water, I guess, without taking it apart and drying all the pieces. So I had to take it apart and remove the rust. And putting it together was difficult. Part of it bent, so the main shaft isn't sitting quite straight because it's made out of cheap materials. But it's still better than using a machine grinder. Because then when I grind my coffee, I have to use my arm a lot, and that it's helping strengthen the muscle in my right arm. So it's actually helping the pain that I'm feeling from my tendinosis. My arm is getting stronger. I can sleep on my right arm now, although I did the other day and then I like shifted when I woke up and pulled something in it again. So it's tender, but it's not nearly as bad as it would have been like 2 months ago, where I probably would have been sobbing for like half an hour. Arcane Memory also sent me a link to a coffee company out of Toronto. I can't remember the name of it. Coffee makes my nose run, so if I'm sniffling a lot, it's because I'm drinking coffee. That's the other thing. Coffee makes my nose run a lot. My dad has it. Grandma had it. I didn't see the snoot boop. Oh, I didn't. Oh. Fantasy has booped my snoot in the past. Oh, rewind me. Yeah. Fantasy has booped my snoot. It's the snoot. It's booped. It's the boop snoot. Like the droop snoot. But it's the boop snoot. The snoot that gets booped. Alright, now we go back forward in time. Hi. Sorry I missed your boop snoot. I got distracted by the coffee question. I am very easily distractible. Oh, I have to mute my mic. Gotta blow my nose. Okay, I'm back. My nose is getting a little too runny. Oh, wow, wow, he really goes far with his coffee. Nice. I mean, I don't have a lot of money, so, like, it's hard for me to support companies, but, like, I am all for supporting people who are, like, they go out and meet the growers, and, they pay fair prices. There's too much of these big corporations where they, like, cheat the small people. So they get their products for really cheap. Way too cheap. And then they make oodles of money selling it back for super high prices to the end customer, too. I hate that. There's a company out of Toronto called Chocosol, or Chocosol. However you want to pronounce it. I think tomato kind of thing there. And they sell chocolate. And they do the same thing. They go out and they meet the growers, and they do all the roasting themselves. And they always come to the Christmas market here, the Kris Kringle market. And they sell hot chocolate made with real cocoa, and it's so good. And they have a cold chocolate drink, too, and they have chocolate bars, and yeah, it's really good. And they're not, like, overly sweet, so they're actually good. But yeah, like, I'm willing to try the coffee. We can talk later. I am always up for trying new things, especially from, like, small companies who do good in the world. I think we need more people like that. These big companies have been running us long enough. Flies to meet them, takes photos for their site. He sells a bunch to some places in Mexico. He only recently started selling individually. Nice. Well, I'll definitely check them out. I'm all for small companies. I mean, technically I'm a small creator and I understand, like, we gotta help each other out. Even if the prices are higher, like, the quality tends to be so much better. This is why I prefer handmade things or, like, old things. This is why I like thrifting, is because I like to find old things. Like the coffee grinder. I've always wanted a hand grinder. I had one on my throne wish list for, like, a really long time, but I wasn't feeling great about it, so I just sort of, like, kept it on the back burner. And I found this one at the thrift store, and yeah, I really like it. I had to do a lot of work to fix it up, and then I ended up kind of breaking it because of the previous owner. Their rust. But yeah. I've been finding a lot of, like, really giant conch shells lately, but, like, all the spikes are kind of broken off. And one thing I want to do when I have workshop space in the future, hopefully, one day, maybe, is I want to fix the spikes up with, like, Sculpey or Epoxy Sculpt, and then make foam versions of them that are LARP safe. So I want to make molds of them and pour expanding foam and make LARP safe conch shells that you can throw at people. Because I think that would be fun. I got a LARP safe coral from the Bone Forge when I was in Germany. They were one of the vendors at Conquest. So I've got this big piece of fake coral, and I can huck it at people, and it's great. But they have things like skulls and bones. They even have, like, LARP safe chains if you want to use, like, a chain weapon. They're just made out of foam. But it's, like, really strong, like latex foam. Well, I'm not sure if it's latex specifically, but it's the first thing that comes to mind. But it's definitely, they're definitely robust. LARP weapons have come a long way in the last 20 or 30 years. Teapot with tepid water in it. I'm still eating the last of my pizza. Ah. Vehicle noises. Meow nom. Nom 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 nom. Alright, let's check out this link. Blank space coffee. Interesting. Thai punch. Ooh, rum. Nice. Fruit punch, berries, caramel, dark chocolate, citrus. Cognac, whiskey, and ripe grape notes. That sounds actually really good. Citrus flowers, lime honey, citronella, lemon pancake? That sounds really... Okay, this sounds really interesting, Necromancer. Fantasy, if you eat food now, you won't be too hungry later. Just pointing that out. I also like fruity things too. I don't like things that are overly sweet, but I like fruity things, particularly citrus. There was a tea from David's Tea. It was called Lemon Pound Cake. Oh, it was so good. It was a lemon oolong tea. I really like oolong. I haven't found a single oolong that I dislike. Whereas I hate rooibos. I watched a whole video about tea, and there was nothing about rooibos in that video about, like, the history of tea and, like, the varieties of tea. He didn't even cover rooibos / red tea. Rooibos is an actual tea. Maybe that's why I don't like it. I have never had a rooibos that I like. Like, they're all vile. Maybe that's why I don't like rooibos. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that. My nose. It's ready. Can't catch it. It's too fast. Rooibos sucks. Puma hates rooibos too. No, I've never had a rooibos that I like. And that might be why, because it's not actually tea. I have tried so many rooibos, and they're just... Only liked Earl Grey over steeped. Tea is just as nuanced as coffee. God, they even have, like, different grades for, like, what portion of the plant they pick from and the season, time of fucking day. And then there's, like, was this a propagated variety, or is it from this region that only selects for natural breeding of the tea plant? It's wild, man. Like, just going down the green tea path, like, holy shit, man. And, like, I've been learning a lot more about tea, because I'm going to be running a little, like, Chinese-style tea shop at Conquest with my buddies. Yep. Water temp also affects the flavor. That's why I've been making, like, the little teapots out of Sculpey. So I gotta find a way to mold those so that I can make a few to sell at Conquest. And possibly online. You can get thermoreactive pigments that change color when you pour hot water over them, and I'm like, yeah! I used to have, like, a Hot Wheels car when I was little. It was, like, this little sports car thing, and it was normally, I think it was white, normally, like a sparkly, opalescent, silvery white color, and then when you poured hot water on it, or, like, you put it in, like, the bath or something, it would turn, like, this really nice, like, baby pink color. I love that car. I did really like pink when I was little, but that's because I really like flamingos. It wasn't because I was a girl, I just like flamingos. And that was why I liked pink. We've reached a bit of a chat stage. I apologize. I did need to step away from the painting to reset my brain. But I really like the direction the clouds are going in now. I started doing, like, little lumpfish shape studies offline, so that we can do our lumpfish merman nameless. Lumpless? I don't know. I haven't decided, like, what pose or environment or anything. I suppose I should just do a bunch of thumbnail sketches. That would probably help. I've never done that for a composition before, but I think I should start doing that when planning compositions, because I know it's a thing that artists are supposed to do when they want to do something, but they don't know what to do, is thumbnails. And I've only ever done that once, and it was in high school for an assignment. And now, later on in life, I see the value of it. But yeah, I'll definitely give their coffees a try. All of them sound amazing, to be honest. I really like citrus, too, so, like, all of these sound interesting. Orange jam, hibiscus. Hey, that's my flower type. Brown sugar, nut butter. Like, that sounds amazing. Black tea, cider, chamomile, apple, lemon. That one isn't as interesting to me, despite the fact that I really like tea and lemon. I think it's the chamomile. I've never been a big fan of that. And, like, I love apples, but my body hates them. But, being allergic to celery, apparently that's a birch allergy, and apples fall under that category too, and that's probably why when I eat apples, I feel like I have consumed gravel. Like, we're talking like 2-inch gravel. And it hurts. If you had like a little like sampler pack of like a whole bunch of them, or just like all of what he offers, I would 100% get that. For anyone else who might be interested in coffee, that's the website. Yeah, I think sampler packs are great, especially for smaller companies, because then people don't have to commit to like a full delivery, and then they can decide which one of all of those that they like the most, or if there's a couple of them they like, and then they can commit more to that. The one that Arcane sent me that's out of Toronto is called Beanwise. And I haven't tried their stuff yet, but like, oh my god, they have so many flavors. I really like novelty because it makes life a little bit more interesting. So like, when there's something new that I see, I like to try it. So like the Boston cream Pop-Tarts, which I have learned are best when you just take them straight out of the package and eat them. Don't heat them up, don't toast them, whatever. The breakfast cup noodles, that was interesting. They weren't, like, I thought they were just gonna be vile. And they weren't, they were actually pretty good. The lemon Kit Kat. It was like a lemon bar or something. Nasty. Don't ever eat that one. I couldn't even finish it. I think I ended up throwing it out. And I love lemon. Like, I will just eat lemons. Like, if I get a lemon slice with a drink, I just eat the lemon. Because it's tasty. But the lemon bar Kit Kat was just so gross. As a matter of fact, I don't think I'm ever gonna find a Kit Kat that I like more than the Sake Kit Kat. Like, even regular Kit Kat, I used to love those things, but like, in the last 20 years, they've really degraded in quality, and they're just like, ugh. They're waxy, they're over sweetened, they don't taste like chocolate, but what do you expect from war crime Nestle, you know? Yep. This is what happens when private equity gets involved in your chocolate. And this is why I prefer buying from smaller companies. If there were a local dairy I could buy from, I would even buy my milk from them as opposed to the big companies like Nielsen or Seal Test or Beatrice. I never heard of black and white coffee. I've only recently kind of started getting into coffee a little bit more, mostly because of stream. I'm much more of a tea person. My cupboard is filled with tea. I'm not allowed to buy any more tea. And the coffee that I'm using is very old. Like, I'm just trying to use up what's in my fridge right now. And I've still got some in my freezer that's Christmas grounds from a very long time ago. I keep them in my freezer because then they won't go bad. They're still, like, completely sealed in their Tetra Pak, aluminum pack, vacuum seal, whatever. So hopefully they're okay. The Christmas blend is really nice. It's a Christmas blend from Farm Boy. I don't know anything else other than what it's called. Yeah. I know you're not supposed to keep your coffee for too long, but I can't justify throwing out coffee. It's too expensive. Same with tea. Like, I have some tea that's really old, but as long as it remains sealed, it's alright. Wow. For some reason, I can really taste the flavor of the dough on my pizza today. Some days, my sense of taste feels like it's coming back. Ever since I had COVID in October 2023 when my mom had her stroke, and I lost my sense of taste that one time. For a super taster, that is the wildest experience you can have. But ever since then, like, my sense of taste has been kind of affected, and it's not as strong as it used to be, which is frustrating and also interesting. A Bailey's tea. I'm assuming that's Bailey's. And not Baisley's? Bailey's is an awesome drink. I'm definitely a Bailey's and amaretto kind of person. I like sake as well. Hydrate, posture check, and here it comes. We're waiting for it. Stretch! Yeah! Yeah. Thanks for that. I was needing that. I like Bailey's. I'm not gonna lie. I grew up on that stuff. My parents would just let me drink if I wanted. So, like, I never went through that period of, like, forbidden alcohol. Let's be bad teenagers and drink. Because my parents were like, oh, yeah, you want some wine? Here's some wine. Oh, you like some Baileys? Here's a little bit of Baileys. I don't think I've had strawberry Baileys. Sounds interesting. I don't buy alcohol because it's expensive. I have a nice sake I keep in my fridge. Because this one says to drink it cold. Which is kind of weird to me. Finally, the pizza is done. And I don't have anything left to hydrate with. Well, salted caramel Bailey sounds really good. There's an ice cream place here. It's a local place, so they make all their own ice cream. And they have a salted caramel ice cream. Oh, I hate caramel, but I like salted caramel because it's got that strong, bitter, especially if it's like a kind of like the burnt caramel thing going on, as opposed to the like sugary sweet. I'm gonna go make myself a drink so we can redeem that hydrate. Mathis, hello. Mathis is sitting on the end of my bed. I return. I got sun-kissed orange drink mix stuff. Yeah, it's alright. I think Rumi likes it. I think I like the peach one more. Yeah, Rumi found more strange drink mix thingies. So there's your hydrate and posture check. Alright, let's get back to work here. We got a long way to go still. One day I'll find better music for this stream. And Puma is becoming a loaf. A loaf of puma, yep. Puma loaf. Truck noises! Nyom. I'm really sorry about that, guys. There's very little I can do about it. Let's like close my window and then roast to death. Ah, I see. Oh, yep. That better. Thanks. I'm just like straining to look up over these clouds, you know? Aviator. Naff! Bean pasta cheek streets and hydrate. We'll hydrate or. Make sure you unshrimp your spine. We're doing posture check and streets at the same time. Make sure you get those muscles just like below your shoulder blades. We'll do it a little stretch forward. Ooh, be careful of the arm. If you have an injury, make sure you're careful around it. There we go. Arius, good morning. Well, good afternoon for you, or evening, probably, by this time. Yeah, we're working on Necromancer's Commission today. Finally. We've been fussing around with this bank of clouds for a good 2 hours now. We had a raid today. So someone raided us for the first time ever. And we've been talking about the nuances of coffee. Trying to use my pillbox as my mouse. That doesn't work. Who was it? They didn't follow. Let's see. Imaz Art. So IMAZARTZ. And they have an Oshawott, I believe, as their avatar. So I'm guessing they like the Pokemans. And not Pokemane, as in the streamer, but the Pokemangs. And the monsters, the pockets. But yes, we've been fussing with this cloud bank for a long time, but it's finally in a good spot. Got these last remnants of the old bits through here that we're slowly working out. I do want to keep some of that purple in here. This sort of faint, almost lavender peach taupe. Whoa. Abrupt song change. More streaches. Ah, we're gonna be all streached out, guys. You're turning me into Gumby. Making silk bias tape. Wow, that's expensive bias tape. Pretty though, it sparkles. Well, I mean, I guess that's worth it. Sparkles are always worth it. Yeah, silk has a particular luster to it. Nothing quite like it, really. Nachos! Hi. Thank you for the lurk. Enjoy your game. We're just working on all the fiddly bits here. Well, we've got a street spicer check and hydrate from Nachos. See you, Puma. Enjoy your field work. Oh, it's too much desk work, right? Right, ready to do another street. I think we've gotten to the point where we can now paint clouds from imagination, guys. I think we have successfully learned the clouds. I'm sure we'll be better in the future, but that's just learning, you know? Ah! Blinds, why? More hydrate from Neff. Neff! Thank you for the hydrate. I know someone out there's just waiting to waterboard me. They're keeping like 100,000 hydrates close to their chest. They're just waiting for the day. Secret lurker who has never said anything. One day they're just gonna come in and be like, hydrate, 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 hydrate. But then I would have to take more breaks. And then there'd be less painting done. And we were hanging out in the regulars the other day. And they were, I think it was Cora was making fun of the fact that he's just saving up his points to waterboard me. Oh, these lovely little cauliflowers in here, even though it's one of my most hated vegetables. There are very few ways that I will accept cauliflower as a food. But I do like cauliflower cheese soup. Tastes pretty good. If you've never had it, I recommend finding a recipe and giving it a try. It is an acceptable form of the cauliflower. Oof. Too much. Got this sort of like translucent mist back here. It's sort of devolving into a cloud. Thin wisps. Cauliflower is so versatile, though. I'm also not fussy about the taste of cauliflower itself, but it's a good base for lots of things. Had an interesting, albeit very short, conversation the other day. Someone made a vegan recipe and added yeast to me, but yeast is alive, isn't it? Then yes, me. But you're vegan, then yes, me. But you don't see it, do you? Yep. Also, welcome back to the chat, Neff. Supposed to be a distinction of intelligent life. I don't know, vegans always confuse me. Most vegans like to declare they do not harm any living thing. Well, I mean, then they shouldn't even be eating plants, because plants are living too. They should be eating rocks. Minerals only. Or air. They can be breatharians. Then we won't have to deal with them for very long. Plants are alive too. Plants scream. And they release chemicals when you harm them as a defense mechanism. So plants actually defend themselves. I'm a breatharian only when I'm fasting. Okay, these clouds are looking so much better than when we started. Absolutely so much better. I'm gonna save that here, though. And go into chat mode. because my arm's hurting a little bit. And once it starts to hurt a little bit, that's when I have to stop, because otherwise I'll damage it more. Fresh cut grass scent is the grass equivalent to screaming to other grasses there are predators nearby. Nod nod. I hate that smell. But I also hate grass. Grass is not a good substance. We should stop growing it and grow other things. Like fairy potatoes. Fairy potatoes are an early spring tuber that you can harvest or forage naturally from the environment. I learned about them recently. I like learning about forageables and like how to process like acorns and stuff. I've always wanted to try making my own acorn stuff. I think it would be fun. The things that I would do if I owned land. I would build things and forage things and have like a little garden and go outside and touch grass, sing kicking and screaming, gripping the door from I don't want to! You know, I don't like grass. It's green cancer as far as I'm concerned. Lawns, like, ugh. Grow clover instead. It's a nitrogen fixer. It's good for the environment. Is it foraging if you plant the trees? That's a good question. Yeah, no, grass is a green cancer. It's bad for the environment. Everywhere people plant it, it becomes a monoculture, and it ruins everything. I suppose it's more harvesting than foraging if you've planted the trees and cultivated them yourself. But, like, what if you didn't plant the trees, but you already own the property that they're on, and you know they're there, and you harvest them every year? Is it really farming, or is it still just foraging? There's a distinction here to be made. The nuances of language. Yeah, people spend so much time and energy and water and electricity and fuel on maintaining grass, and it's stupid. Cursed trucks. Yeah, this orange stuff is actually not too bad. I still have a bit of vertigo from like last week. I don't know why I still have it. And my eyeballs are all screwy. Maybe I just look at my screen too much. I did manage to do at least a 30-minute walk on the walking pad, though. I have a stick that I use as a support so that if I get dizzy or like my knee gives out or something, I won't fall. It's very helpful. Also, you feel kind of like a badass walking with a staff. You just feel like a wizard. Because I need to keep the remote in one hand, so I can't hold on to something with two hands. So I have a staff in one hand, and that's my left hand, because my right hand isn't strong enough if I were to fall and have to catch myself. Plus, my window is on my left side, and I don't want to fall out a 14-story window. You're a wizard, say. I'm an art wizard. the rober holds a stick up and says, "This is a stick up." Oh, Robert. Fantasy bringing in the dad jokes. I had a stick up the other day. Put a stick up on my wall with lights on it. It's pretty. It's a bad dad joke. I can do that since I'm playing a dad in D&D. Fair enough. Stick up their butts! Have you checked your butthole? It's a good song. Tom Cardy's pretty great. I'm guessing we're not going to get Evan today because it's Easter and he's Ukrainian. Plenty of people, not everyone. I used to be just a stick in the mud. And then I got over myself. Nah, wiggle. And some people are chill. I think everybody here is pretty chill. I miss the silly nuances sometimes, but, you know, I suspect the tism. I miss a lot of nuances. But I'm fine with that. It's my own strange level of derp. I didn't like beers, but then one grew on me. Ha! Grows on you like a fungus. There's still a fair bit of cloud work that I gotta do on the bottom, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I suppose I should set this up in a way people can actually see it. There we go. It's coming along. Yep, soon a 3-hour stream. I have a feeling we're not going to see Evan today, so we're probably going to raid into C0. I put more effort into my beard care than pretty much anything else I do for myself. Hey, you gotta have something you care about. When I finally get around to doing my hair sometimes, I'll just be like combing it for an hour. Put a little bit of coconut oil in the ends, keep it from being crusty. Gotta have that moisture in the ends of your hair. There's the boot war. The boot war begins. And like, if you've got a majestic beard, like, man, that's rad. I like beards, just not on me. I am very happy with this painting. Still need to do some fixings in places, but I like it. I had to clean shave for your passport photo. Aww. Really? You're not allowed to have a beard in the passport photo? My passport photo actually looks decent, which is shocking. It will grow back if you want it to. Yeah, that's true. I was looking at motorcycle helmets, so I trimmed my beard pretty short. Now it's just messy, so I need to trim it all a little. Well, yeah. I need a haircut. I haven't had a haircut since before, just before Conquest. So, just before Conquest again, I guess I'll go get another one. I love the haircut that lady gave me, and I hope she's still working there. I'll have to call in and actually make an appointment. Her name was Gada. And she gave me a haircut that really did look like the one I've got on my avatar. It was pretty great. She called it like a quartraned haircut or something. And when like when it's loose and long, it's kind of feminine. Like it's nicely feminine, but not like girly. And it frames my face very nicely. And then when I put it back in a ponytail and like take the little side bits off, it's very boyish. And I also really like that. As a gender neutral, non-binary potato, she did a great job. But I couldn't give her a tip because, like, they only take tips in cash. And I was like, I don't have cash. So I guess this year I'll have to make sure I bring a double tip for her. I hate needing a haircut. Barbers around are really expensive and always F it up. Look. Sub goal met. Thank you.
Necromancer
Thank you,
Dark is
Necromancer.
hosting a guest. Welcome Neficus to the island.
At this point, like, Necromancer just has his own building at the inn. He's just got this constant island party going on. But, like, being a woman really sucks for haircuts. Because even if you get a men's haircut, they still charge you the women's haircut prices. There's this one place I used to go to, and that's because it was technically in my building. There was like a little strip mall thing attached to my old building. And I went to them for haircuts, because they gave good haircuts, but I was like, well, my hair's really long, and it's, with my depression, it's really hard to manage, so I had it all cut off. I think it's the beard trim that probably costs so much. But men's haircuts are usually a lot cheaper than women's. Like, the least I've ever paid for a haircut is $75. And, even when I got a men's haircut, like, I chose from the men's thing, from the book, and I was like, I would like this men's haircut. They still charged me the women's price, and I was like, but I got a men's haircut, and they're like, but you're a woman, and I'm like, I don't want to be. Does that change anything? I got a men's haircut. Why do the men pay the cheaper price and I get a men's haircut and you still charge me a women's price? That doesn't make any sense. Now beard trim is like $10, $15 depending where you go. Less if you pay cash. Yeah, most places prefer cash because then they can cheat the taxes. And they're not paying fees to the credit card companies for the transactions. That's the biggest thing. That's why a lot of places prefer cash, because they make more money. And I am in agreement with that, quite frankly. It's just 99% of the time I don't have cash on me because I live downtown. And if you have so much as a quarter on you, those homeless people can smell it, I swear. I had one guy at the train station, he's like, hey, can I have $20? And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, I can understand if you're gonna ask me for like $1 or something, but you're like, $20, man. $20. I'm sorry, but that's like a week's worth of food. If you make it stretch just right. Excuse me? $20. I'm wearing a coat that's like 15, 20 years old, and you're asking me for $20. Bro. Like, wild, man. I wear my stuff literally till it falls apart. And then I fix it. And then I wear it till it falls apart again. And I keep doing that until I can't fix it anymore. Because living is expensive. And I was just like, what kind of audacity do you have to ask me for $20? A complete stranger. That's insane. Like, I don't, like, Necromancer's always throwing money at my channel, and, like, he subs people, and he's donated so much, and that's just, like, that is wild to me. I am forever grateful and feel deeply unworthy of it. But, like, I suppose if you have the means, like, thank you. You can borrow $20 from me, Necromancer. That is fine. And a guy asked me for $5 because he was hungry. I said, I'm kind of hungry too. I'll buy you lunch. And his response is, oh, actually, I'm okay. Yeah, it's because he wanted it for something else. Yeah. The ones that are honest, I'm just like, yeah, like, if I have a quarter on me, it's like, I'll give it to you because you're honest. Or if there's something funny, like, you know, ninjas stole my family, you need $20 for kung fu lessons or something. And I'll be like, oh, well, if I've got, like, a couple cents on me, or, you know, like a nickel or something, I'll be like, yeah, here you go. Because at least they're being creative. You know, if I see someone busking on the street, you know, they've got an instrument and they're actually, you know, playing, that's a skill. And so you're sharing your skills. And that is worth money. And, like, I'm all for, like, buying someone, like, a sandwich or a cup of coffee or something. But, you know, you offer to buy them actual food, and they're like, oh no, I don't want that. And I'm like, bitch, why are you asking for money and saying you're hungry, and then somebody offers to buy you food, and you're like, no. And it's because you want it for something else. Or they're not actually poor, and they're just pretending to be poor because they make more money that way. There have been plenty of cases where these guys, they're quote-unquote homeless, and then they get followed at the end of the day to where they've parked their fucking Ferrari. Yep. Like, I'm always appreciative of anyone who comes here and, like, donates or subscribes or even just watches the ads. You know, I'm sharing my skill, and I at least, hope that somebody learns something from what I'm doing. But mostly it's just like I want to hang out and draw with people, and I get more art done this way, despite the fact that, like, I don't seem like I get a lot done, but I get more done on stream than I do anywhere else. Evan! Leaning? Learning? Same thing. I didn't think we'd see you today because it's Easter. Good morning. Jesus, Necromancer!
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest. Welcome their art to the island.
Thank you, Necromancer. Evan, we got raided this morning. It was our first raid. And last Friday, Necromancer gave us our first hype train. It was exciting. Well, thank you, Necromancer. Good morning, Evan. Happy Easter. Legit, one shop I used to work at, this older woman would wander the parking lot in rags asking for money. End of the day, hops into her shiny new Lexus and drives to the rich part of town. Yeah, yep, that happened a lot. Like, there are people legitimately struggling in this world. I am one of those people that is struggling. Because I can't seem to find work anywhere. So this is why I do this, because 1, I get to hang out with people, 2, I get more art done, 3, hopefully somebody learns something from my scuffing about as a potato. and I make some money from the advertisements, and I make most of my money from Necromancer. I appreciate you forever, man. Neff tries breathing exercises. Yeah, I'm like hyperventilating here. Oh my god. You gonna be streaming later, Evan? You doing your warm-ups? We've just been working on clouds today. Murderous rage levels rising. Yeah. Of all the people who are scamming, pretending to be homeless. Yeah, there's a lot of injustice in this world. Yeah, we're in the chat section of art and chat, so I have to give my shoulder a rest now, because otherwise it will be harmed. Not just the scammers, but the people who have way more than enough, taken from those who have nearly nothing. Yep, yep. But humans are naturally greedy. It's remnants of our survival instincts. But if you manage to understand when, you know, desire becomes like when need becomes desire and desire is greed, then that shows higher levels of intelligence. It's like the ability to change your point of view when you are confronted with new information that is contrary to your beliefs. It shows higher levels of intellect. This is why a lot of the like hardcore MAGA people are often associated with being deeply uneducated or unintelligent, is because even if you present them with facts and information, as soon as it's contrary to their beliefs, they get upset and they throw tantrums instead of thinking logically about things. Like, I'm all for admitting when I get things wrong. I am happy to do so because that means I'm learning something new. And I take pride in that. They're on a whole new fucking level right now. Yeah, I know. I try not to think about it, really. I wonder what that's like. I've never been wrong. Arrogance. It's a healthy level of arrogance. My dad likes to tell me about this one time in one of his school teachers. She was just like, "Oh, you're so arrogant," and he was like, "Thank you." She hated him so much. 3 dipshits in Minnesota tried to make anti-Trump sentiments a recognized mental illness. What the fuck? Oh, but then they can't discriminate against you. Anti-Trump sentiments of recognized mental illness. They're the ones who need a recognized mental illness. It's called delusion. Cooley Nova, hello, how you doing? First time chat. But I know your name. But hello. Welcome to the island. First timer. How you doing today? Yeah, like that'll stop me. Yeah, really. Look, America's all kinds of fucked up right now, but people are working really hard to try and fix it, okay? We can only hope. You know, every little act counts when trying to stop the fascist regime from taking over. Every little act counts, whether you're out leading protests of hundreds of thousands of people, or you're just talking to your neighbors who, you know, fly a Trump flag, and I almost said that without the L. Oh my god, that would have been so bad. That would have been a real L. Oh, flying the Trump flag, you know, talk to your neighbors and, you know, try to try to convince them otherwise. It doesn't help when you call them stupid, because it's like calling a fat person fat. It doesn't help, and often makes them feel badly about themselves, and then they react negatively. Maybe Good will stream one day. Yeah, I was just saying earlier that that I miss Good and I miss his laughter. He's one of those people that made Twitch a better place. Stupid people don't often realize they're stupid. Yes, it's the Dunning-Kruger effect. You know, the stupid people tend to think they're really smart. You know, stable genii. And the really smart people are like, oh my god, I'm so dumb. Why is everybody smarter than me? It's, yeah. Fat people know they're fat, yeah. Like, I'm egregiously fat. I'm working on it. Thanks to you and Necromancer, I have the opportunity to work on it a little bit more when I am having the, oh my god, I can't go outside kind of days. Which is pretty much every day. I need to go resub to Good. I hope I still can. I had to drop it for a little bit because it was cost of things, and then I wanted to sub to Evan, so like I have to choose who to sub to. And, yeah, what we're experiencing right now in America is a lot of what my dad calls the Doppler effect. Not to be confused with the Doppler effect. It's you scream anything loud enough and long enough, it becomes the truth, even if it's wrong. And we're seeing a lot of that in America. And I can't wait for Mr. Garcia to be returned to the United States and turn around and sue everyone who called him an MS-13 gang member and a criminal for defamation. I can't wait for it. I hope some lawyer takes him on and just sues the shit out of everybody on Fox News and the Trump administration and all of the other people that are pushing the narrative that he's some horrible criminal gang member. I can't wait. I don't know about the Discord. Oh, good. I hope they're collecting all of the evidence and keeping snippets of all of that. I mean, it's easy to find because it's on all of the good channels like Midas Touch and Adam Bachler and... No, still there. He's mentioned he's looking to start again, but it'll likely be political, but he's having more family troubles with his ex and had to get a lawyer again, so he couldn't execute his plan quite yet. Problem is they're pussyfooting around despite the judge telling the government to go get Garcia and bring him home. Yeah, well, they're like, oh, we have to respect El Salvador's sovereignty. Fuck you. As a Canadian, fuck those guys. Fuck them real hard. Respect their sovereignty. They don't respect anyone's sovereignty unless it's a dictator. Sorry. My angry Canadian side came out there for a moment. Rage. Sorry. Sometimes that little hidden demon nature in me comes out, teehee. Might do political streams. I would definitely watch Good at his political ravings. Especially like when Trump got elected. during the during his live stream, and the things he was shouting, I was like, bro, watch what you say. Aw, damn. Saying it did not fulfill the annual Canadian ritual to transfer all of our rage and frustration to the Canada Geese. I will become one with the geese. I used to have like this black coat that I wore during the winter, on my when I was on campus in uni. The University of Waterloo is like a goose nesting haven, and some geese even stay there all year round. And I have this black hat that's kind of got this poof to it, and then I used to have these earmuffs that were white stars, but sometimes I'd like wear them and they would be like tucked up on my temples, and the geese were confused because I kind of looked like one of them, just giant, because they got that little like white patch around their throat. So the geese, they would hiss at everybody else who walked by, but I would just trundle on by, and they would just look confused and be like, who is this giant goose? And I'd just be like, honk. They never hissed at me. And when they do hiss at me, I hiss back. I guess I gotta go resub to Good. Subscribble. I'll resubscribe to Good. I watched his content on YouTube for so many years with ad block on. Like, man, I can at least give him something. Oh, thank you, thank you. It's still a bit scuffed. The background is still not finished, and there's still rain flying over the art because I am too lazy to fix it. One day. We need to change from the beaver to the Canada Goose. I agree with this. And like our $20 bill just needs an angry Canada Goose on it, just doing that like poised, wings raised, like head forward, just hiss, like leaping off the bill. Just it would be so great. I think I've got the one of the old $20 bills with God, I think it had a loon on it. I'm gonna go check it. I think I know where it is. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's one of the $20 bills with the loon on it. 2 loons, in fact. The common loon! Still got the queen on it and everything. $19.91 is the date on this bill. For some reason, us Canadians like our loons. Replace the PM and Monarch faces on the bill with angry Canada Goose. Yes! Oh! Queen Boo 42!
Queen Boo 42 is visiting the island.
Thank you for visiting the island. These notifications are always in my face. And thank you for that comment. Let me put up the rest of this piece. This is a commission for Necromancer Dark. I've been working on for about 6 months, off and on. So it's not like constant 6 months of work, but it's a long time. We're almost yeah, in June it'll be 6 months from when you commissioned me. I take a long time, but I always make sure I do a good job. Yeah. The loon. I like the loon. Look, I want you to be able to, like, show off this beautiful portrait to the rest of your D&D friends. I don't know how to explain that. I just sort of do it. Most of this painting is done with the Clip Studio Paint round mixing brush. So, like, initially I'll throw down color with, like, the pen tool, and then I start blending. Lots and lots and lots of blending. And as for the bangs, they were just sort of an accident. It was a happy accident. I've done them 5 or 6 times. Pink Floyd poster just fell at it in the face. Rainbows. You need one of those, like, poster board frame things, I think. I think you can get them at Walmart in various sizes, and they're just like a cardboard thing you can hang on the wall, so it's like a picture frame for your posters. Magical moment, stepping out of the cottage, fog on the water, sun cresting the trees at the call of the loon for the soundtrack. Give or take a little swishing from a breeze flowing through the trees. Oh yeah, that's the Canadian cottage country life! I was, one of the pieces of land I was looking at, I think I linked it to you, Neff, back when we were, like, you showed me that website, that one on Bow Lake, that's where my, my friend's uncle's property is. I wish that one had been available and I had the money for it, because I would totally buy it. And it was, like, 24 times the size of my friend's uncle's property. My friend's gonna be inheriting it when his uncle passes away, which is really cool. It's got this really cool, like, octagonal shaped cottage on it, and with a tree growing up through the middle. It's really awesome. It's a rad place. We paused Cyber for a bit. We're doing something else, but we've already planned to come back after so we complete the current one-shot. Well, I've got a little bit of time, but I would also like to finish this so I can start on the other one that we were discussing. It's fallen down twice today alone. What are you using to hold it up? But if you take the measurements of it, you can find, like, poster board frame things at Walmart. If it's, like, standard size. White tack? Oh, yeah. Depending on, like, what your walls are, that stuff doesn't hold for very long. But, you know, I use Scotch tape to hold up my posters, too, so it's not much better. You'll have to see if it's stream friendly. I can make it stream friendly for the most part. You know, with temporary covers. If you have, like, chalky paint on your walls, I find that white tack doesn't really hold up very well. But yeah, I can make things that aren't stream friendly temporarily stream friendly with just covers. Besides, I do believe, unless they've changed it again, that some artistic nudity is allowed. Like, you know, nobody complained about when I was doing the little treadmill chibi, that the chibi was naked. Because, it's art. Might need to give the poster and spots of the wall roll stick a good washing. Rubbing alcohol should be enough. Yeah. Although, be careful if you use straight rubbing alcohol, depending on the paint that's used, it could rub it off. I know from experience. No nudity, but risque. Yeah. And no female nipples. Because, apparently, nipples on females are bad, but nipples on males are fine. Yeah, spot test somewhere where you can't see it. Otherwise, I do recommend the Walmart poster frames. They're just a big piece of cardboard with a little plastic frame around the edge to keep the poster in place. And then you use like 3M picture hanging strips, the little like Velcro ones. They hold up pretty well. Who was it? Was it Bernadette Banner did? I think she started an OnlyFans, but it's like a Victorian OnlyFans where it's just like, you know, totally clothed, just like ankle and calf pictures. For the people that are into that. It's a whole scandalous. Well, I never. As an incubus, I prefer much more skin than that, thanks. Heard of that, it's great, yeah. If I had pretty ankles, maybe I'd try it too, just for fun. Because honestly, it's hilarious. But there are people who, like, prefer stockings and, like, socks and stuff. Humans are weird. But, like I said, we are all potatoes. Strange, lumpy tubers that live in the dirt. We are all delicious in our own way. We get too much sunlight, we become toxic. Some news anchor not long ago was going apeshit about another news anchor wearing revealing clothing. It was a sleeveless dress. Then old Bat was whining about how younger news anchors' shoulders were. Like, wow. My snoot's been bopped. It's a bop snot. Nah. Bop snot. A snoot? Bop snoot. It's hard to say that. You want to say bop snot, but that's not right. It's a bop snoot. Not a boop snoot. Which is the incorrect version of boop. You confused my brain, Fantasy. My brain is just in shock now. This one song is gonna just cut off. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, though. I think it's about to rain. It's definitely overcast. Oh, the grass is turning green, guys. It's that green cancer. But at least it's green. I'm sorry if you came here for Art Queen Boo. I have to take a small break because I have tendinosis in my shoulder, which is the degeneration of the tendon. And after a while, my arm starts to hurt a lot. So towards the end of stream, we always end up in more of a chat than an art phase. and we're definitely there. Because we've been going for 3.25 hours. But I stream every day, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I think it's Eastern Daylight Time right now, because stupid daylight savings. Ugh. Oh, well, then that works. That works. Another artist. Hello. I am all for people just chilling and hanging out and doing the work. Evan is maybe still here doing his warm-ups before his stream. And once he's going, maybe... Yeah, he's going, so we'll raid into him in a bit. Evan Blair Art comes and hangs out here. My soul. I don't deserve that. He's so good. Evan is a good being, and he comes and he gives me attention that I don't deserve, and I'm just like, ah. I am just a small bean artist. No. My soul. It feels good, but am I allowed to be happy about it? Terror. Imposter syndrome. My beans are so confused. All the little tiny potato nodules in my brain are just like, oh. Living your whole life with like negative self-esteem, and then someone like Evan Blair comes along and he's like, well, yeah, I hang out with Shay in the morning while I do my warm-ups. That one time Mogome came by and I'm like, you average like 300 viewers per stream, please. I don't know how to express how much I appreciate everybody other than just the words of saying them, but like everybody was here too. Fantasy, have you gotten food yet? You were planning on eating half an hour later, and that was like an hour and a half ago. Well said. I just make noises! Fantasy, you have better have eaten. Go eat food. Food is good. I'm almost out of liquid sustenance again. You have to marinate the meat first. We'll switch up to the burb for a little bit. Yeah, I know he's live. Naff! Naff! Redeem to hydrate, a posture check, and a stretch. We'll hydrate first. And then unshrimp your spines, guys. And stretch. EDQ. We were working on that on Friday. Stretch time. Oh, God, I always fold in so many weird directions when that happens. Whew. Yeah, the bird was something we were working on last week, Thursday and Friday. Well, shrimp have to stretch out sometimes too. Every shrimp has to stretch a little bit. You could identify as a mantis shrimp and give sonic punches to things. Like Republicans. Grilled shrimp, so delicious. God, I gotta go back to Red Lobster for a shrimp night sometime. And then not eat anything for a week. Shrimp are delicious. And switch back. Alright, I'm gonna shuffle off for a moment. Hello, I return. I took a moment to walk around and pet the various kitties around the apartment. Did take my maracas today, right? Yeah. Merci. I think I am gonna take some headache medication though, because I am getting a bit of a headache. Alright. So, I think we're gonna raid Evan and end things here for today, because it's been 3.5 hours. And of course, I am getting a headache, and my shoulder hurts too much to do any more painting right now, so I'm gonna have to find something else to do for a little while. Maybe some sculpting, maybe I'll do a walk. A walk would be good, because I'm feeling a bit antsy and restless. And now that I've resubbed to Good, I'll have to go into my Discord settings and gain access back to the Discord, and I'll have to turn it back on again. And light the forge, grab a hammer, make that walk. I also need a shower today. It's shower day. I know you said walk, not walk. Yep. It was a good joke, though. I'm just processing the oncoming headache that I realized has probably been here for about half an hour, but my body was not accepting it until, like, I got up and, like, walked around, and then it was like, oh yeah, you've got a headache. I was having too much fun with you guys, and then as soon as I had a moment to myself, I was just like, oh. Are you okay there, Fantasy? Fantasy's just lost the vowels. Later, Coley. Yep, you're always welcome here, Coley. 9 a.m. Eastern Time. A song request. When the hammer falls. I'll have to look that up later. Clamavi de Profundis. I'll have to look that up. Boop, Silver on the stoop, runs to a hiding spot. Alright. That's it. Slash, raid, Evan, Blair, Art. For, Queen Boo 42, thank you for the follow today. Thank you for coming by the island. We hope to see you again. I apparently can't spell Evan's name. Slash, raid, Evan, Blair, Art. We're going to Evan. He does D&D art. He's an absolutely fantastic artist. Tell him how good he is, because he often doesn't believe in himself. And he's far superior to me. Okay, no. He's just different than me. My art is good. His art is good. I'm sure your art is good too. Everybody has their own talents, and they're all different. We are all strange, lumpy tubers that live in the dirt. We are all potatoes. We're off sailing to other waters. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys. Thank you all for coming by. Thank you, Necromancer, for hosting so many people. And, yeah. I love you all. Bye-bye.